Okay guys, welcome back to the second video on my YouTube channel. It is the same day, it's about 30 seconds later. You're probably wondering why didn't I do it in one video? Guys, I didn't want to make one video too long. I'd rather make two really short videos so people can, you know, pick and choose whatever they want to watch or watch both, whatever they want to do. Guys, have a wank, whatever you want to do, I don't really care. Guys, this video is going to be talking about the Ford. You're probably wondering, why the hell did I get rid of my 18 plate Mk8 Fiesta ST line? So I bought the car because I was 19 years old. I went to a Ford showroom only to pick up my sister's car for her, and I saw this Fiesta and I really liked it. And the guy came up to me and he was like, look man, if you really like this car, I'm going to give it to you for a good price. And basically I got dragged in and I bought the car without even driving it first. I kind of just ended up paying for the car. I bought it on PCP, so I was paying for this car monthly. I did get it quite cheap. I got it for £180 a month if you guys are interested. But to be honest with you guys, ever since I bought that car, within the first few weeks, I noticed it was definitely not the car for me. I really could not stand that Ford. It was so impractical. It had 5 doors, but really no one could even fit in the back seats. The boot was absolutely tiny. But to be honest with you, the most annoying thing about that car was definitely its 3-cylinder engine. Now guys, I got the 1.1 litre EcoBoost turbocharged car that pushed 125 brake horsepower. Sounds alright. To be honest with you guys, it drove like absolute shit. People actually asked me what the car is like. I always explained it in the same way. I always told them, imagine if you get an ice cream cone, you put a piece of shit on top of it, and you put sprinkles on top of that. It might look great, but you're not gonna eat it. And that's basically what that Ford was. It looked amazing, but it drove like shit. It was a 1 litre EcoBoost turbocharged engine. Now it's EcoBoost, but I'll be honest with you, it drank so much fuel. And the reason it drank so much fuel is because it had no power, it had no torque. To actually get it moving off the start line, you have to rev it to about 7,000 RPM. It was absolutely terrible. It drank about, for me, 50 pounds of fuel a week. It just drank so much. I did do quite a lot of mileage, to be fair. I'd done about 1,000 miles a month, which is quite a bit. But guys, for an EcoBoost car, it's definitely not eco-friendly. And to be honest with you guys, I really didn't want to run high power on a 3-cylinder engine car because I don't know how much they can handle. Like, it barely felt like it was running at the moment. I didn't want to put it under more stress and end up breaking the engine. Also, the car was under warranty, and you can't really modify a car under warranty because then your warranty gets voided. The mods that I'd done to it was kind of more aesthetically pleasing mods. Like I said, just the lights, lowering it. Okay, I've done the exhaust. I put HID headlights in. Like I said, I'm going to explain where I got all of these parts from and how I fitted it. So yeah, I didn't want to modify it. I couldn't modify it because of the engine. I also couldn't modify it because it was still under warranty. The car drove like shit. It wasn't practical. Like I said, it's like having a shit on an ice cream cone. You wouldn't buy it, but it looks alright, you know what I mean? So, moving on to all the mods I'd done for it. So the first mod I had actually bought for my Mk8 Fiesta was a back box delete for the exhaust. I'm actually going to insert a video right now showing how that sounds.
Ready?
Yeah, go on. As you can see guys, it sounds amazing. Now I actually paid £80 for that back box delete and I bought it from eBay. Now if you go on eBay right now, they're all about £140, which is still pretty cheap considering how good it sounds. I managed to find someone selling it second hand for 80 quid. So it was an absolute bargain. It sounds great. I actually went there and picked it up from this really nice guy. I've forgotten his name. It was about 2 years ago now. From this really nice guy. And when I got there, I picked it up, paid the guy 80 quid. And he said to me, I've got these HID headlights, which was the CE UK HID kit. He said to me he would give it to me for 15 quid. I told him I only got a £10 note on me, so he sold it to me for 10 quid. It's an absolute bargain. And I fitted them myself. Now when I fitted them, I realized the guy bought it and I don't think he knew how to fit it on his own Mk8. So Obviously, I bought it off him. I knew how to fit it. You actually had to break a few of the parts and rip into a few pieces. But I put all cable ties and glue, and I made it fit nice, and it looked clean. And obviously, when I sold the car, I actually took them back off. So I put them on so that they were reusable. So yeah, that's my first two mods, the back box delete and my HIDs. On to my next two, guys, I was going to the Broke Boys car meet in 2019. Now, I really did not want to go to a car meet, a massive car meet, with only two small mods on my car. So I had to think quick. I went back on eBay and I was looking for lowering springs. Now, lowering springs for the Mk8 Fiesta was coming up to about £200 a set. And I got lucky last minute and found a guy selling a Cobra set lowering springs, which was 30 millimeters all around, for £150. Obviously, like I said, I earned very little. £150 was still a lot of money for me. So I was being a bit cheeky and I offered the guy 80 quid for him on eBay. And funny enough, he actually accepted my offer. So I bought these lowering springs for 80 quid. Now guys, these lowering springs were actually really good. They made the car look really good. It definitely improved the handling. I noticed it massively. They were easy to fit. I paid, I really could not complain. They were only 80 quid, like I mentioned. So yeah, an absolute bargain. Definitely made the car look a lot better. But with that, I also bought a TRC front splitter. Now that cost me £110. And that was a bit of a mission to fit, but we got there in the end. Definitely made the whole car look a lot lower than it really was. Obviously, I scraped on a lot of bumps, but it was definitely manageable to drive with them two things on. It wasn't impossible. It didn't make the ride too uncomfortable. It definitely made it feel a lot more sporty. It made it look a lot nicer. So I was really happy with them two purchases. So far, I think our basket's come to about £250 maybe, something like that, 300 quid. So yeah, like I said, we've already done 4 mods. We've not spent a lot of money, but the car already looked amazing. The 5th mod was, once I'd lowered the car, I noticed that the rear wheels were really deep in the car. Didn't look that good. So I bought 20mm spacers from eBay again. Now these spacers are actually not branded spacers. I just got ones that had good reviews. They cost me 50 quid. For 20mm spacers. I fitted them to the rear wheels, obviously on the Mk8 Fiesta, not on this, and it made the whole car look a lot better. It made the handling a lot better. I definitely noticed it when going around corners. Now guys, like I said, I live in London. I don't really drive that fast, but it was definitely a noticeable difference with the spacers on. So I was really happy with that purchase, and that was only 50 quid. I had done to it, which is I actually got inspired when I went to a lot of car meets. I've seen a lot of people do this. I was trying to do it on a budget. I know some of them guys have changed the whole headlights and changed the whole lighting system and all of this and that shit. I was doing it on a budget, guys. I went on eBay and bought £13 exterior neon lights. Now that comes with 2 side ones, and one for the front and one for the back. You can probably tell from the images, I did not put the back lighting in. I actually put the back one behind the front grille. And so it just made the whole car look a lot more aggressive. It just made everything look a lot nicer. It kind of stood out a lot more when I went to car shows and stuff like that. So I was really happy with that. That only cost me 13 quid. Now I'm gonna say, if any of you guys are thinking of buying that, I made a bit of a mistake. I wired the lighting up to the battery, and then when I shut the bonnet, the remote control that came with the lighting system stopped working because the sensor was under the bonnet. Now guys, I didn't realize that because obviously when I was fitting it, the bonnet was up, the remote was working fine. As soon as I shut the bonnet, the remote stopped working. So every time I wanted to turn these lights on and off, I had to pop the bonnet, turn them off, shut the bonnet, and then obviously do the same to turn them on again. So guys, if you're gonna wire it, try and wire it on the interior of the car. If you're looking for the fuse box on the Mk8 Fiestas, it's actually underneath the glove box. So try and wire it somewhere there, and then obviously get the wires to go on the outside of the car and do exactly basically what I've done. It looked amazing. I was really happy with it, and it was cheap. Alright guys, they were a few of the mods that I've done for the Mk8 Fiesta. I hope that was helpful to some of you guys that own one. Obviously, this channel is no longer about a Mk8 Fiesta. It's going to be about this beast right here, my Mark 5 GTI. So guys, if you're looking forward to more mod videos on this Mark 5, please subscribe. Like I said, 100 likes and I'm going to show you guys my hair. Don't know why you would want to see my hair anyway, it looks like shit. But yeah, anyway guys, take care and I hope everyone's okay. Stay at home, stay safe, and I'll see you later.